Well, President-elect Trump is promising throughout his run for office he's going to strengthen our military and provide for our veterans. He's said it repeatedly. Well, Mr. Trump reportedly considering privatizing the Veterans Affairs Department, and now taking to Facebook, he writes, quote, "We're going to be building up our military. We're going to make our military so big and so strong and so great, and it will be so powerful that I don't think we're ever going to have to use it. Nobody's going to mess with us. That I can tell you." Well, joining me now, WPHT radio talk show host Giordano and Washington Times columnist Tammy Bruce. Tammy, is that Donald Trump's version of Reagan's peace through strength?
Yeah, it's true, obviously. And this is the Reagan doctrine, effectively. We know, and this is also historically what human beings have to do. It's like having a black belt. You have a black belt not so you use it. You have a black belt so nobody messes with you. We've been decimated. The military has been cut down. Their budget's been taken away. Training has been awful. They've had an awful commander-in-chief. All of that is changing. And we know when America is stronger, the world is safer. This is not selfish. This is about our commitment to other people, our commitment to immigrants, our commitment to remaining the shining city on the hill. And the only way we can do that is to make sure we're strong enough to be able to then focus on our economy and become a strong country internally, and the rest of the world benefits. It always has. Donald Trump is making that clear. And you know why? It's all the Americans he met in this campaign. He understands what's made this nation strong, and it's the veterans of this country, our troops.
Dom, you've heard the arguments many times. Your callers have told you about the fact that, well, you know, the defense budget is so big, we need to cut the defense budget. He wants to grow it. So is this going to be where you're going to find the left pushing back?
Well, I think the counter is he's going to put his business acumen, and sometimes think somebody who looks too much at small things. I think you have to sweat some of these small things. In other words, I think he's going to rely on people who say there's fat in the military budget that ought to be taken out, and it ought to be replaced with money that goes truly into building up the Defense Department. I think more serious people will say we should look at every expenditure, even in defense, to see if this isn't more the $700 toilet seat. Take that money and actually put it into things. I forget which F-35, you know, a new jet, that Trump is looking at a replacement that is not as costly but maybe equal or better. And I think he's going to bring that expertise to it. And I'm on board with that. That's exactly what we ought to be doing.
And that's a great example. And Tammy, I mean, we've already seen the $4 billion Air Force One contract question, the F-35 contract, all of this. So he may be building the military. This is going to be fun to watch with less expenditures.
Well, you see, that's exactly it.
Yes.
The left figures you just throw money at it, and that's what matters, and that's what makes it great. We've had a new class of warships that we can't even get out of port because they break. These are several billion-dollar battleships. I mean, this is an extraordinary dynamic of not only spending too much money, but then getting nothing for it. It's like Obamacare. This is his legacy, pouring all kinds of money. It's like he's made the country a money pit where you pour money into it, and all the walls still leak because they don't know what they're doing, and they also say, look, we've never spent this much money. We spent the most money of any administration on the border, as though that is going to, solve our border problem. You can spend less money and get more. Yeah. And that's why Donald Trump was elected. Well, that's what he's going to do.
The segment just before this, we had the report about the fact that for the first time, Dom, since World War II, we do not have a U.S. aircraft carrier at sea. Not one. Not one.
Wow, I didn't know that. That is shocking. And I do know where Trump is projecting power, and it's with the Chinese. And I do know the Navy is a critical force there in Asia, Tom. And that ought to be shocking to people tonight. I mean, even with the most rudimentary knowledge, people know that we ought to have aircraft carriers out there.
You would think so. Absolutely think so. So do you, Tammy, do you like this idea about the tweet that Donald Trump did this evening, where he said that Vladimir Putin is a smart guy?
Look, Donald Trump is a genius. He's also the best troll there ever was. He knows the moment he puts out a tweet, everybody on the left is going to have a meltdown. And look, this is clear. Putin understands, and none of us want a new Cold War. He already understands that a retreat is appropriate in order to make sure that we can actually have a better relationship. Our efforts since Reagan have been to have a better relationship with the Russians. And clearly, Barack Obama was trying to break that, and they thought that Trump was going to fall for it. He was going to get all wrapped up. No, this is going to provide an opportunity for Donald Trump to prove that he's the diplomat that nobody thinks he is.
And Dom, I mean, even Vladimir Putin said, okay, I know you're kicking 35 of our guys out. I'm going to wait until Trump comes in before we decide what to do. He's looking way past Barack Obama.
Oh, that was the ultimate bank shot, and the ultimate shot back toward Obama, and then calling President Obama, whatever he said about now this guy has to leave office. This is almost too rich to see this play out. I tell you, as a talk radio host, Tom, it's something you can't write. There is tremendous interest during this transition period, which is usually a dead period from us. It's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, the holidays are on, but people are watching every bit of this. Dom Giordano,
exactly.
Tammy Bruce, both of you, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Tom, very much.
You bet.